What is up, guys? It's Andrew with watchaddiction.com coming back because I have not talked to you guys in shit. It's probably been like 2 years since I dropped my last video. Yes, February 12th. I do remember. It's all coming back to me now. It was that South Baltimore constellation that we took in to review prior to their Kickstarter campaign. Now, guys, as always, before we get started, the watch of the day is my Vostok Anchar, which is still in the collection. And no, today's video is not going to be a review. I just want to get caught up. I want to say, hey, what's up? How you guys been doing? It's been 2 years. It's been a hell of a 2 years. Let's talk about what's been going on. Now, a lot of you may remember, may not remember. Some of you may not know who the hell I am or have ever seen me before, and that really doesn't matter because you're here watching now. So I started this channel about 4 years ago, give or take. Started it literally in a spare bedroom, crappy backdrop with a handheld camera and a whole lot of not knowing what the hell I'm doing. And guess what? Not a lot's changed. Still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we're having fun doing it anyway. But about 2 years into the channel, my life took a completely different direction, something that I never thought would actually happen. But guess what? It did, and so what? That's life. Now, whenever life changes, what's the first thing that goes? Typically, the first thing that goes is your hobby. So what was the first thing that I dropped the ball on in my life when my life changed? You guessed it. It was my watch hobby. Don't get me wrong. I still love watches. I still have a buttload of watches. And which reminds me, I'm going to stop right there. It's been like 2 years. I still have a collection. We'll do a state of the collection coming up here in a couple of weeks. But today, I just wanted to talk about what's been going on and how we ended up here in this fabulous new location. Now, the last video that I did with you guys was February 12th, 2020. Right at the start of that awesome thing we call the COVID pandemic. The COVID pandemic, which has been, in my personal opinion, through no scientific data of my own, but in my personal opinion, has been over-politicized, overhyped, over whatever. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. I know there has been a lot of people that have died. A lot of businesses have gone under due to their lack of funding, due to their lack of clientele. A lot of that, I think, falls back on the government, but we won't even go there. But me personally, I had COVID in December of 2021, and for me personally, it wasn't really much more than a bad flu. Now, I thought for sure I would be the one sitting on the ventilator in the ER, given the fact that I smoke, I have asthma, I'm terribly out of shape, and I have all the precursors to be sucking on a ventilator for the rest of my days, but I did not. I came through fine, no lasting effects whatsoever, but I know a lot of my friends and family have had close people touched with the COVID pandemic. Some have lost family members. I've lost a couple of friends. I'm sure you guys know someone that's lost someone to COVID. Now we have this new Omicron variant, whatever the hell that means. A lot of other things have changed in the past 2 years also, like Trump's out of office. All that January 6th turmoil of storming of the Capitol. There's a lot of unrest in the U.S. I'm not into politics. I watch it. As part of my job, I have to pay attention to it, but I really don't care. The only thing that I really foresee as a huge negative right now in these past 2 years is the fact that now, thanks to Biden, we're just that much closer to a world war with Russia. One thing I do want to talk about today, that's about the 2 years of world drama that we've seen happen while I've been gone. For me personally, there's been a lot going on. Huge, huge, huge changes in my life personally. Now, some of you may not know because I did not share a whole lot in my past videos, but I have children. Yes, surprise, surprise, I have children. I have a 21-year-old daughter who is an EMT and rocking the hell out of life, and then I have a 17-year-old son that wants to do nothing but four-wheeling and getting money, so rock on, Tyler. But biggest change in my life in the past 2 years, guess what, guys? This old man, this bald guy, yep, you guessed it, he's got a 2-year-old son. So as you can imagine, 40-plus something-year-old guy chasing a 2-year-old around takes quite a bit of energy. And between the expenses of a 2-year-old, between the time investment of a 2-year-old, and between just life in general and how much has been going on, this COVID pandemic, new child, obviously watches have to take a back burner. And unfortunately, it was one of my favorite pastimes to play with watches, to take a look at new watches. I mean, shit, we've got over 240 videos on this channel of different watches that I've had in my collection over time, and different watches that I've shared with you. And I want to get back into that as we go into the future. But guess what, guys? I'm going to take it a little bit further, right? Because let's face it, financially speaking, the world's changed. We're not in the same place we were 3 and 4 years ago. I don't have the money to go out and spend on watches 5, 6, 7, 8 watches a week. Shit, there were times in the beginning, like if you go back and look at some of the past videos, there were times where I was having 8 to 10 watches delivered a week to my front door, boxes and boxes and boxes of watches, all just waiting to share with you guys. Unfortunately, guys, I don't have that cash flow right now because let's face it, this world is a completely different place. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at watches here going forward. I'll definitely maintain that watch connection because it is something that still interests me. It's something that I've been out of the game for literally 2 years now. You haven't seen me on Facebook. You haven't seen me in the forums. You haven't seen me on the website. You haven't seen me doing anything in in the watch community. But that's something that I definitely want to change. I know my boy Wade over at Watchin', his channel's been going strong. He's been going. Aaron Dunlop, he's still rocking it. Bob up in Canada with time to go and travel. Bob, I'm sorry, I apologize. But there's still a lot of guys out there that are doing reviews, living the dreams, the whole 9 yards. Now, for me, I had to take a step back and say, okay, obviously my lifestyle's changed a little bit. Have a child, have a lot going on in my life now. Financially, buying watches to review 24/7 is not something that's feasible right now. But we are going to be coming across some new watches here in the not too distant future. I've got some new things that I had gotten in my collection over the past 2 years that I will share with you, so look out for them. But I decided I actually enjoy the part of making the videos, so we're going to add a little bit more content to this channel. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I don't remember if I ever explained in the past, but by trade, I am a chief information officer for a local university. So my life 24/7 is dealing with people and computers and network infrastructures and trying to get the best bang for our buck, and technology in general. What is it doing with this world? What is it doing for the university? So I want to tap into that part of my life a little bit from the technology perspective and be able to share some of that knowledge with you guys. Also, always going to have that watch tie into it. So, we'll tie in some watch videos in between those technology videos. Primarily going to be taking a look at some of the new technology that's come out, how we can use it in our day-to-day lives, whether that be consumer electronics, industrial electronics, whatever it may be. If we get it here, we'll take a look at it, we'll talk about it, we'll have some fun with it, and, we'll move on. So we've got watch reviews that we're going to keep doing. We've got the technology reviews that we're going to add in. We've got some cool stuff to take a look at already. If anybody knows me personally, if you're watching this, you know me personally, I like to talk a lot of shit. I don't care who you are. I will talk shit to you, and I will talk shit to your face. You know who you are. I have no problem talking shit. So guess what? We're going to do a whole new section on this channel. I can't fucking talk sometimes. We're going to do a whole new section on this channel where I just get to rant. I get to talk shit about whatever I want, because guess what? It's my channel. I get to have fun with it. So we are going to start a new section called My Watch Addiction Rants. And that's just me talking shit, looking to spur some conversation, see what other people think out there, and let's talk about what's on your mind. Another section that I'm definitely adding to this channel, I went back, before I started to do this video, I went back and watched some of my old videos. Then I watched some of the videos that are out today, and there's a lot of shitty content out there. Mine being one of them. So we're going to take some time. We're going to go back and look at some of my past videos, and we're going to look at it under the light of, was I right in my video? Like, how much in the video did I mess up? How much in that video did I say wrong? Let's see here. What about those watches, in my personal opinion, has changed in the past 4 years or past 2 years, depending on the watch? Do I still like it? I mean, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Vostok and my Anchar here, so I've still got that one in the collection. We'll take a look and see what else I have in the collection, see what lasted, see what didn't, see what got sent down the road. And yeah, so we'll do some reaction videos and try and keep you entertained that way. And then finally, because I still do love watches, guys, I want to get back into it, want to take a look at what's out there up and coming on the Kickstarter horizon, what's out there on the prototype horizon, what are these companies doing. Ocean Crawler, I know, has a bunch of cool stuff out now. But we're also going to talk about different things like, shit, fashion watches. You know, that's one of the things I see all the time is, especially in the watch community, people are always talking shit about fashion watches, whether it's Fossil, whether it's Guess. I don't care who it is. If it's a fashion watch, it's a fashion watch. But should you be shamed for wearing a fashion watch? Quite honestly, personally, I don't think so. But, you know, we'll talk about that. We'll chat about that in the future. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for the past 4 years. We are going to kick this off right. Let's get this channel going again and talk about what I want to talk about, and I'll sprinkle in some of the stuff that you guys want to talk about. Until then, guys, can't wait to see you. My Watch Addiction, mywatchaddiction.com. Check us out on Instagram, which, yes, I haven't posted in forever on, but I will be starting to post my daily watches on Instagram again. Instagram/watchaddiction.us. Check that out. mywatchaddiction.com. Check that out. Check out the YouTube channel. And we're going to see what other mediums, what other things we can do to get in trouble out there and see what happens. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around. Definitely post up your comments in the section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe if any of that shit that I just talked about interests you. If you want to see me talk shit about other people or talk shit about other things, rant, whatever, don't forget to check us out. Thanks, guys.